What's good, Gorilla family? Pitmaster Shane D here, and this week it's all about the balsamic soy flank steak. Now you can use skirt steak here. You can ad-lib this recipe. You don't have to go exactly by the book. This recipe is really about making it easy, making it beefy, and just having a good time with it and not worrying about it. If you want to add more stuff to this recipe, add to it. You want to take away, take away. Don't worry about it. It starts out with this chopped onion. You can see we take a whole onion, rough chop it. Don't worry about it. It doesn't have to be super fine, super diced, because this stuff's just going to ride on top of the steak as we're cooking it, all right? Once you get your onion all chopped up, you're going to be ready to rock and roll on your next ingredients. All right, next up we have garlic. I really like the squeeze tube stuff instead of hand chopping a bunch of garlic, so I went a little heavier than what the recipe recommended here. Then you're going to hit it with some olive oil. Use the good stuff here. Doesn't have to be the overly expensive stuff, but decent quality. Then you're going to come in with your balsamic vinegar. Now this needs to be decent quality balsamic, all right? Don't go with the ultra cheap stuff. Get some decent balsamic in here because this is where a lot of your flavor is coming from. Next you have up your soy sauce. You want to use the full salt version here, okay? The reason why you want the full salt version is this recipe didn't call for a lot of salt. Now, if you don't have the full salt version, just use more salt. Throw some Dijon mustard in, and then you're going to come in with your dry ingredients. With your dry ingredients, you can totally ad-lib here, so don't sweat this. We throw in some rosemary. I use the black Hawaiian salt. Believe it or not, that black stuff is salt. And then, of course, I like the black pepper. And I went heavier on the black pepper just because that's what I enjoy. Now, you're just going to whirl it all up. You can throw it in a blender if you want, if you really want to chop those onions. But hand mixing is fine here, so don't sweat that too much. Now, it's time to get ready to get all the kids in the pool. Now, I like using the zip top bag here, and I really like marinating this as long as possible. So, what does long as possible mean, Shane? Well, it means at least 4 hours, but really this shines if you can do it for 8 to 12, even overnight. So don't sweat that. If it's a short marinade, I understand if you just don't have time, but if you do, hey, marinate it longer because it will taste better. As you can see, we left room in the bag. We really heavily mix this and make sure everything's well combined. Now, let's talk about cooking. I intentionally did not record the cooking of this meat. Why? Because I don't want you guys to get stuck on a certain method. If you like this more charred, char it. If you want this low and slow with more smoke, low and slow smoke it. Don't get caught up on anything other than taking this meat to about 140 degrees internal temp so it's beautifully, medium. So you have beautiful tender slices. That's it. How you get there, whether it's hot and fast, slow and slow, really doesn't matter. Whether it's on a Kong, it's a chip, it's a Grilla, it doesn't matter, guys. It's all about hitting the internal temp of that meat. That is the most important thing. So cook it however you want. You can even cook this in the oven and it would be plenty tasty. So don't sweat the cooking. Now let's talk about how I like to eat it. Of course, I'm a huge fajita fan, so I also love red bell peppers, so just dice up some of those. You can dice them, you can slice them long. I like the crunch of kind of the sticks. That's just my personal preference. And then you're going to come along and plate this up however you like it, a tortilla. So I like to throw a tortilla down. Then I like to put a little bed of sour cream. I like to smear my sour cream around. I know that's a little weird for some folks, but I like to use it as glue as I'm building the rest of it. Throw down a little meat. Throw your peppers on there. You could hit this anything you want. Congo kick sauce would be fantastic here. Cheese, onions, you name it. I like the green onions here more than I do another red onion because remember the onions are already built into this a little bit into the marinade. So I don't like to overly onion it, but I hit it with a little cheese. And as you can see, about the time I got this thing done, my son comes along and totally takes my plate. So what do you got to do? You got to build another one. So as always, guys, we at Grill Girls hope you enjoy this recipe. We hope you use it. If you use it, let us know. We don't put these recipes out for ourselves. We put them out for you to enjoy, and this is our online cookbook. So feel free to jump in, make some adjustments. Remember, this is a recipe, not a ritual. It's a good starting point. Adapt this to you. Make it something that you and your family love, and just keep it simple, keep it classy, but keep it, most of all, tasty. Thanks for joining us, guys. I'm Pitmaster Shane D. This is Grill Grills. We'll catch you next time.